Okay, so in this video we're going to work the logarithmic equation that we see on the screen. And so the first thing in solving this equation is that on the left side we want to try to combine the two logarithms into a single logarithm. So we want to combine this term and this term down into a single logarithm, and you might remember that we have a rule that looks something like this. If we have two logs with the same base subtracted, you can combine those into a single logarithm if we divide m and n. So in our case, the m is x plus 14 and the n is x minus 4. So when we combine this into a single log, have the log base 3 of x plus 14 over x minus 4, and then of course equal to log base 3 of x. Now, since we have log with the same base on both sides of the equation, then what that means is the expression inside of the logarithm must be equivalent. Right? If we already know that the log on each side of the equal sign is the same, then in order for that equivalency to hold, then x plus 14 over x minus 4 must be equivalent to x. So we kind of just forget about the log base 3, and now we have an equation all in terms of x. And anytime we have our variable in the denominator, it's always a good idea to eliminate that denominator. So multiply on both sides by x minus 4. And then over here on the on the right side we can distribute x. And this is starting to look like a quadratic equation, so we want to get one side equal to 0, so we can subtract x and subtract 14 on both sides. And so we're left with 0 on the left side. And a quadratic expression on the right side, which looks promising that it will factor. And in fact, it will factor. And so from there, from this factor, we get x is equal to 7. And from this factor, x is equal to minus 2. And then we do need to make sure that neither of these will end up giving us a negative inside of one of our original logarithms. So if we go back to the original equation, we can see here that if in this term, if x is equal to negative 2, that's going to give us the logarithm of a negative number. We can't take the log of a negative number, and so because of that, this answer is not going to work for us, so we end up with just the one x equal to 7.